In today's modern electronics factories, the SMT line works fast and with high precision. But before production starts, operators must complete an important step: machine setup and parts loading. Imagine this situation: a new operator joins the SMT line for the first time. The supervisor asks them to load the component reel, install the feeder, and check the PCB board before the machine starts running. If the setup is wrong, the machine may place components in the wrong position and cause production defects. So how do workers communicate clearly and correctly during this process? In this lesson, you will learn practical technical English used in real factory conversations during SMT line operations, especially when performing machine setup and parts loading. Let's listen to a conversation between two operators as they prepare the SMT machine for production.
Good morning, Lynn. Today I will show you how to prepare the SMT line before production. First, we check the machine setup.
Good morning, Tom. Okay, what should we check in the machine setup?
We need to check the program, the feeder, and the component reel.
I see many feeders on the machine. How do I know which feeder is correct?
Each feeder has a label. The label shows the component name and the feeder slot.
Oh, I see. This component reel is labeled resistor 10K.
Correct. Now we load the component reel into the feeder.
Should I open the feeder cover first?
Yes. Open the feeder cover, then place the component reel inside.
Okay, I put the component reel here. Is this correct?
Good. Now pull the component tape forward.
This component tape?
Yes. Pull the component tape to the feeder guide.
Done. Now should I close the feeder cover?
Yes. Close the feeder cover and lock it.
The feeder is ready now?
Almost. Now we install the feeder into the feeder slot on the machine.
Which feeder slot should I use?
Check the machine program. It says resistor 10K is in feeder slot number 12.
Okay, I will place the feeder into feeder slot 12.
Good. Push the feeder until it clicks.
I heard the click sound.
That means the feeder is locked.
What is the next step?
Next, we check the PCB board position.
Is this the PCB board for today's production?
Yes. Place the PCB board on the conveyor.
I put the PCB board on the conveyor.
Now, check the PCB alignment.
How do we check the PCB alignment?
The machine camera checks the PCB alignment automatically.
So the machine camera finds the fiducial mark, right?
Exactly. The fiducial mark helps the machine locate the PCB board.
If the PCB alignment is wrong, what happens?
The component placement will be wrong.
That means the component may be placed in the wrong position.
Yes, and that will cause production defect.
I understand. After the PCB alignment, what do we do?
Then we start the machine run.
Should we check the nozzle first?
Good question. Yes, we check the nozzle condition.
This nozzle looks clean.
Good. The nozzle picks the component from the feeder.
Then the nozzle places the component on the PCB board.
Correct. That process is called component placement.
Okay, the feeders are loaded and the PCB board is ready.
Good. Now press the start button on the machine.
The machine run has started.
Watch the component placement carefully.
I see the nozzle picking the component from the feeder.
Yes, the machine camera checks the component position.
Everything looks normal.
Good job, Lynn. Now you know how to do machine setup and parts loading.
Thank you, Tom. This training is very helpful. Great job. In this lesson, you learned how operators communicate during SMT line operations, especially when performing machine setup and parts loading. You heard how workers talk about installing the feeder, loading the component reel, checking the PCB board, and making sure the machine setup is correct before starting production. These are real conversations that happen every day in manufacturing factories. Try to review the key vocabulary and practice the dialogue so you can use these expressions confidently in your own workplace. In the next lesson, we will continue learning practical factory English with another real production situation. Thanks for learning with us, and see you in the next lesson.